Welcome back to Brave Ideas, Friday 5. I'm your host, Caleb Parker, and this week I'm in Manchester, England, just outside of Piccadilly Station. Next week, in this city, we're hosting an event to hack the future office product for hybrid companies. In this episode, I'm going to sit down with two co-hosts from next week's event, James Panepinto from Clockwise Offices, as well as Rebekah Lloyd-Beere from Media City, part of Landsac here in Manchester. You're going to hear what hybrid working means to them, the challenges it has created for their operations, and what they're looking forward to at next week's event. So without further ado, before this wind blows me away, let's sit down with Rebekah and James. I'm here with James Panepinto from Clockwise. We're in the Clockwise building, Lindley House, now in Manchester. I'm here at Media City, where this event is going to be next week. And I'm with Rebekah Lloyd-Beere in their podcast studio, which I love. Rebekah, we're talking about hybrid working here. James, what does hybrid working mean to you?
Hybrid working means to me is us not dictating to people how they work. They tell us how they work and we adapt to that. Whether that means more flexible space, more flexible terms, more flexible who can come and go whenever they need. We're here to allow them to work whichever way works best for their business.
What does hybrid working mean to you?
For me, hybrid working is the ability to work wherever suits you best for your day. People should have the ability to work in an office space or to be able to work from a co-working space or a cafe, whatever it is. But I think it's the flexibility to work wherever fits your day and not fit the mold of having to be based in an office 24/7.
Sometimes that means working from home.
They tell us how they work and we adapt to that. Whether that means more flexible space, more flexible terms, more flexible who can come and go whenever they need. We're here to allow them to work whichever way works best for their business.
So hybrid working is basically multiple ways of working. People choose how they do it. As an operator, Rebekah, what sort of challenges has hybrid working created for you?
I think the biggest challenge was after COVID, to be honest, and getting people actually back into the office. And then once hybrid working was adapted by the majority of companies, I think it was kind of creating a workplace where people wanted to come more. So I think initially people were 1 to 2 days. And that was a massive challenge for us because people didn't want to rent offices, because why would you want to pay for a full month or a full week when you're only there maybe 25% of the time? So for us, that's been our biggest challenge with hybrid.
And how have you seen hybrid working change demand for office space in your business the last couple of years?
People don't want long-term leases. They don't want to be stuck into a space they don't need or utilize. It needs to ebb and flow, grow and retract, and not be stuck in long-term contracts or very rigid terms.
Has that meant that you had to create new products for hybrid working?
For us, it was more about not necessarily creating new products as such, but making the products we do have fit what people actually needed, and also listening to feedback about why people wanted to be in the office and creating spaces where people actually wanted to be. So one of the biggest things is actually creating space that feels like you're at home, but you're in a work environment. So it isn't a sterile, white-walled room, but it's a lounge similar to this, I guess, that feels like a lounge, but you're at work and you kind of got that work mentality on, as opposed to being at home and you can hear the washing machine go in and you need to do laundry and things like that. So that for us is what we had to adapt and learn to change.
And as operators, has that put a lot of challenges on you to deliver hybrid working products?
As operators, need not to be stagnant. We need to adapt and move. I think if you stand there and have your business model and keep it as it is for an indefinite period of time, I think that's where you lose. The winners in the market are those that can meet the people where they are.
Well, as you know, you're one of the co-hosts. We're having this event next week on how to hack the office product of the future for hybrid companies. So what are you most looking forward to out of this event next week?
I'm just really excited to hear what other operators are doing and how they're tackling it. What have they found that works? What have they trialed? What have they not trialed? What are people thinking about but are maybe too nervous to explore? And it's just good to have that peer group around you to kind of bounce those ideas off each other and learn from each other, because for us, we haven't trialed any new packages. So I'm just really curious to hear what others are doing and if they have any ideas on different ways of working, whether it's offices that, you know, you do an offer that's Tuesday to Thursday because they're the most popular days for people being in, or if people just aren't doing it and they're just increasing rates for certain days. I'm just curious about what everyone's doing.
What are your expectations of this event next week?
bringing together the best that Manchester has to offer in a room to help solve collective problems can only better us as operators and us as a market, and really sort of push us forward to those next sort of steps.
For those operators that are listening right now, watching this, what would you say to them? Why should they come next week?
I think you should come to learn and to explore ideas. When if you have an idea, I don't think there's a better group of people than a peer group to share that with. So I think it's definitely a learning experience for everyone. And that's why people should be wanting to attend, is to understand what is the market saying, and also what are other people doing, and has that succeeded or has it not? And can you tweak it and change it?
So someone watching this right now, why should they come?
If you feel you're working in a silo, you really get into this room, speak to your peers, speak to the people who are bettering themselves and driving the market forwards, help solve collective problems, and really take that next step and really show what Manchester has to offer.
Awesome. Thanks, James. Well, thank you for hosting the event next week. Thank you for taking the time to chat today. Thank you for listening to this episode of Brave Ideas Friday 5 with James and Rebekah. There's a link below to grab your seat for next week's event. And until next week, take care of yourself.